So I just want to do a quick video to demonstrate something here. This is an engine out of a Polaris Sportman 850. It was produced in 2019, at the end of 2019, so it's considered a 2020. And I just want to show you something right here. So how do you know how to do the timing? So I fully rebuilt this engine, new rings, new crank connecting rod. It's been fully rebuilt, and I just want to show you how to do the timing. So if you look at on this side of the engine, I want to be really clear about this because I saw a video that was not clear about this. This is the flywheel starter side of the engine. You can see where the oil cap is, and you move over here on this side. It's where the water pump side is. This is this side of the engine right here faces the front of the ATV. So anyway, if you look right here, there's a timing mark. Now that timing mark, I want to show you this just so you're clear. When you are installing this cover, which goes there, this goes right there, and through this hole, let me see if I can hold the camera and all that, through this hole right here, that timing mark would appear. And that timing mark really lines up with that right there, but it would be dead in the center of this right here, of this little hole right here. There may even be a timing mark on this, but it's so dirty that I don't see nothing on it. And I'm just doing this because I spent so long trying to figure this out. So anyway, timing mark should be right there. That's top dead center for the piston that's on this side. Top dead center for the piston that's on this side. I saw another video and you couldn't tell. The guy kept saying, make sure your piston's at top dead center. Well, it's two pistons in here. Which piston's supposed to be at top dead center? The piston on this side of the engine. If I'm giving you an entire profile view of the engine, it's the piston right here. You want that piston on top dead center. And for me, sometimes I literally will take a screwdriver. You don't want to punch it down in there or anything, but just, you can feel the piston. You can rotate this so that the screwdriver rises, and once it stops rising, that's top dead center. So that's the timing mark. To confirm it, you see these marks here on the camshaft? Those marks should be flush. See how they are flush with the cover? And you can see that they're just slightly off actually, but that's still where it ought to be. That's where it ought to be. You want to make sure this little keyway, this little lobe that's on the camshaft, you want to make sure it's facing up, not down, because otherwise it'll be 180 degrees out of sync. And another way to know whether you really are at top dead center is to check the valve lash. All of them will be a little bit on the loose side, or should be loose. If one of them is like pressing down on the valves, if it's like, you know, pressing way down on the valves, then it's out of phase, it's out of its timing. But all of them should be just barely making contact with the valves, maybe even a little loose like that. So anyway, this is a Polaris 850 2020 model. I just want to make that very, very clear. Timing mark will appear in this cover, will appear in that window. It'll be right in the center of this window. Top dead center corresponds to the piston that's on this side of the engine, not that side. The timing is set when these marks here on the camshaft are flush with the top of the crank, at the top of the cylinder head. So I just wanted to be really clear about how to set the timing on Polaris 2020 850. And I'm saying the year here 2020 because I noticed online there was some, I think they changed this, like this flywheel is made entirely different on the 2014 models. I think 2012 models flywheel is made different. I think the timing actually is set by the gap here versus this seam in the case that really appears through this. So just really important, don't mix up the year models here because they're made, there's some changes there. I don't know what all the changes are, but there are some changes. So hey guys, I spent like a whole month trying to figure that out. This motor's been sitting here on the table just irritating me, and I just thought I needed to make a video. It's a Polaris Sportman 850 twin cylinder 2020 model. That's how to set the timing.